Well, hello, welcome everybody to tonight's stream, the RaceOnOz series, round number 6 here at Monza. And we've got a very special guest tonight, Mint GTR, who you might know from the FIA World Finals. Very special guest, Matt Simmons, racing tonight. This is going to be a good one. Strap in, get ready. We are almost ready to kick tonight's streaming off. And don't forget, you can get your tweet featured if you're a Twitter fan. Just mention @Demo1G or use the hashtag D1G and you can get your tweet featured on the stream. So good luck tonight. Let's check in at the end of the qualifying session and see how everything's going. So here it is. My name's Josh, everybody, and welcome. This is Demo 1 Garage broadcasting the RaceOnOz series Sunday night Gran Turismo Sport, and this is going to be a good one. We've got some very fast competitors tonight. Keaton 231, who should definitely be up there in the FIA finals, kicking it, and it looks like he's taken first spot over Viper Z and Mint. Where is Mint? Here he is, coming around the final last straight, coming up to Parabolica. A minute left in the session, wearing the number 8. Let's see what he can do in this final run. He's only down by a 100th. There's not a lot in it. And this is it. Checkered flag is flying. Car's getting out of the way. The finish is signaled. Let's see. He's just dropped a 4th and he's just improved to 3rd. And that looks like Mint will start 3rd. So there you go. Jono Stan actually stole this top spot there at the end. Did not see that coming. And then Keaton 231 as well. This is going to be a very exciting race around the awesome, very prestigious Italian Monza circuit. And welcome everybody. Hopefully we have an awesome one. My name is Josh, as always. Can't wait to kick this one off with you. And also, Daniel Hatfield has shared the stream. Thank you, Daniel. And before I forget, everybody, you can use the hashtag D1G on Twitter and you can get your tweet featured. There is your final standings for the race. Qualifying is done and dusted, and we're going straight into it. Thanks to the qualifying mode. Thanks to Gran Turismo Sport. Here it is, a full grid. Lining up straight in front of you, 15 cars will take to the track. All right, here we go. Waiting for the lights. Jono Stan will lead the field down to turn 1. This could be chaotic. This could be everything. It could be clean like the F2. Green light, and we're underway. The Beatles get up to speed. Keaton 231 has been blocked immediately by Jono Stan, and it's going to be a 3-car battle, 4-car battle. As Viper Z gets involved, it's Keaton, Viper Z, and Mint on the inside. Keaton comes around the outside. They squeeze into 2x2. Beautiful stuff, and it looks like everybody was cleanly through. At the back there, you can see Holden Man, Brian F, and Apex, all 4 cars in a collision. Emo gets through unsighted, but that is unlucky for those competitors. The race at the front, though, is where it's all happening right now. And Keaton, you can see, putting the moves on Mint. Mint gets the back sliding out. He's got to be careful. Got a long way to go, 26 laps, and that's given Keaton and Viper Z the traction to get moving. Look at this field full of cars. These Beatles absolutely punishing the circuit through Lesmo 1. Up into 2, it's Groover side by side with Hatfield. They're going to be wheel to wheel. Drag down towards Ascari. Hatfield will have the advantage, and he will. He'll slot back in. That's 5th for him. Groover takes 6th at the moment. Back at the front is Jono Stan leading the field. He's got a nice 1.4 second lead, but how long will he hold it? Keaton following in behind. The whole field comes piling into Ascari. Absolutely phenomenal race, and they're getting off to it. This just looks like it's going to be so quick, so fast this entire night. And I can't wait. Oh! Who was that? That was Big Kev. I don't know if he got punted or touched, but we saw him go flying out the back. And he's going to be quickly swallowed up by the cars who were involved in the turn 1 incident. Unlucky for some. And lap 2 has started. This is where the battle of the slipstream will begin. Keaton in the front of this little pack. This is the battle for the podium positions. Matt Simmons there, the Mint GTR driver. Going to use all of the knowledge he's gained from driving some of the best GT Sport drivers out there in the world. At the moment, looks like he's just playing it safe. And he's going to bide his time, going to play that grind game. Patience is the key sometimes in these races. Let's see what he can pull out here. Viper Z doing well as well, holding his own in the Shell livery. Volkswagen, number 56. Jono Standard's absolutely on it though. Groove is there in behind. Got quite a split field now. As Pubs, UNC Pubs is in no man's land, and then it's Tubby who will start the second split of cars down there in 8th. This is the battle though that is raging on up the front, and these guys are absolutely on the limit, pushing everything they can out of these cars, asking everything of the Volkswagen Group 3. Pushing forward now up towards Ascari. Keaton is chasing down Jono. He doesn't want to let him get too far ahead. Strategy will be key too tonight. Right. Everything's sort of settling down. Let's get a check down the second field. There's Osimo, Tubby. Sort of by himself right now. Musa 81 in 9th. It would seem this section of the field is sort of split up after that incident at the start. Let's get a replay of the start of the race. Watch this. It was chaotic from all involved. Great start from the field. On board with Holden Man. And we get a good view of what was going on in front. It was getting quite crowded up towards the first turn. And he just nailed the brakes on. Let's see what happened behind. There was some action here somewhere. Oh, he just went out wide, and then Evolution, Evie Moon rather, tried to get through. Did not quite work. Back on board with the front man, Jono Stan. Gained another 0.2 tenths of a second already. Increasing his lead by some margin already on lap 3. Pushing it early, looking to get that gap on the rest of the guys. And you can see Keaton, Mint and Viper Z. So Viper Z's been overtaken. Now Hatfield and Groover always putting on a great show. Looks like Groover's trying to get in to his groove, so to speak, the Pagnian car. Looking to slot in to Hatfield's slipstream. He's going to be close enough here to probably make a go of it before we hit Parabolica. Here he comes. Next Level Racing. There on the back of Groover's wing. Nice and tight to the back of Hatfield. He didn't quite get the run he wanted up towards Parabolica. Good run out of there. Everyone following each other line astern. And it's just now a battle of the wits. Who strikes first? And where do things play out from here? There's Mint. He's making his way forward. Like I said, playing the patient game. Grinding his way through this one. Only on lap 4 right now. So a long, long way to go. What's wrong with Keaton tonight, says Cameron. I don't know. He's not first. That is a good question. Who knows? Maybe Keaton just... There is some people out there that just do not like Monza for whatever reason. Some people think it's a little bit too simple of a circuit, but I think it's quite a technical circuit. And, yeah. But thanks for joining us, Cameron. This is going to be an exciting one. Let's get an update of the field here as we come towards the end of this 4th lap. Viper Z, Hatfield, and then it's Groover. You can see Pubs is down there in 7th right now. Tubby in 8th. And then it's Musa 81 in 9th. He's got Brian F for company. And this looks really spicy. You will notice some new names tonight. We have had the Div 2 guys join us as Division 1 didn't quite get a full grid together. So anyway, it's proving to be quite an exciting, action-packed race. Moves for the BHR Racing. Getting through. Holden, man, got to be careful. They don't have the automatic penalties on. This is on with Brian. You can see Holden, man's going to have a move soon. See me racing, going for the bugs, man. Oh, yeah, go the angry bugs. I do apologise to Facebook. Your chat's meant to come up on the screen as well. For whatever reason, it decides to be very temperamental. Here we go. Down the front straight, and it's Brian F. punching a hole for Holden Man. Is Holden Man going to use it to his advantage? Moo's also punching a hole for Brian. So it's going to be a battle of the draft. Up. Who is braver, Brian or Mooza? Mooza has just tucked up on the inside. Brian trying to go the long way. He almost makes it. And it could be, if he gets the traction, he does. That's nice for Brian on the timing screen. Holden Man will be soon in it. Look at that, 10th for Holden Man. That's 2 spots gone for Mooza already. Absolutely amazing. Out of the first chicane, up towards the second. And they're going to be almost 3 wide coming into the braking zone. Something's got to give. Brian up in 9th. Holden sticking to his guns. And Mooza has lost out even though he didn't give up. And he's still fighting hard up towards the Lesmos. Wow, this is awesome. Holden Man doing a great job. He just needs to keep with Brian now because Brian, we know, is quite quick. Oh, Mooza, huge incident. Huge incident. Big Kev involved. Let's check it out. I'm not sure what happened. Big Kev was a victim. Oh, Mooza got out onto the ripple and just caused a huge accident. Huge accident. He's going to be pushed all the way down now. Yes, he will. Be swallowed up almost by Apex and Big Kev before we know it. Huge stuff. Let's go back to the front. Oh, wow. Jono, 1.5 second gap. Keaton in second. He's got a 6:10 gap on Mint. The Matt Simmons there. Norm X. Oof. Ouch indeed, Norm. Welcome, buddy, over there on Twitch. So, at least YouTube and Twitch guys can chat together tonight. Facebook. Hopefully the chat will work for you. But welcome everybody, so to speak. And don't forget, guys, if you want to get your tweet featured, just use the mention at Demo1G. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't get the garage bit. So at Demo1G and use the hashtag D1G as well, and your tweet will be featured in the stream. You can let us know what you think, your driver of the day, your thoughts on the circuit, your favourite driver, anything to do with all, it will be there. Oh, Mint with a absolutely, and dare I say, Mint overtake. This was just beautifully timed. Look at that. Keaton just wasn't able to get at the braking zone he wanted around the outside of Mint, just tucked it up the inside. Oh, it could be all over before you know it, though. Mint under the pump, up to Ascari. That's not... I mean, I've seen overtakes happen here. Yeah, it's really odd, isn't it, Norm, to see Keaton fall so far down. He's usually so far in front. He could be saving fuel, don't forget. There could be some strategy we are not seeing and we're not privy to at the moment. So don't forget that could be happening. Jono is in a very aggressive strategy type racer, so not surprised to see him out in front so early. He is quick. He is very quick. That last lap, 1:43, that's a quick time. 2.3 seconds. Whether or not he's doing any fuel saving or tyre conservation, different story. These two guys here, Mint and Keaton, definitely very experienced and could be playing the long game over the short-term gain of getting the gap. But Jono's going for that gap, and it could be quite dangerous if they let that grow much bigger early on. Keaton is pressurising Mint here. He's just keeping the pressure on. And if you can force the man into a mistake, he will. But, oh, Mint was so much quicker through that second chicane. Up into the Lesmo now. And this is where you can gain a lot of time. Just in the corners here. So much time, indeed, can be gained. And Mint looks to be on it. He's getting into the groove of things. Viper Z coming out of 2. Hatfield there as well. Groover's still on the tail of Hatfield here. Great action here at Monza. Thanks to the RaceOnOz boys. This is round 6 here. And into Ascari they go. Oh, Hatfield had a bit of a touchy moment on the entry into the Ascari. But it's all cleaned up now as he exits. And there's Pubs in 7th right now. We can see the field has been quite split up. And they're playing a bit of a lonely race at the moment. As a few mistakes early on have caused this second half of the field to fall so far behind. They've got a lot of work to do to catch up. It's going to be almost an impossible task at this point. Brian here and Holden Man, again, putting on a good show. Gamesman team there of Holden. Just needs to keep on the tail of Brian. If he lets him get too far in front, he'll lose that all-important slipstream. And it will be game over for him early on. Holden keeping out wide. So Brian's broken the slipstream there. Holden Man doesn't want to have anything of it. Doesn't want a bar of it. And Brian will just be counting his lucky stars there. Into the first turn they go. And Holden Man is a lot closer. There's Emo in 11th, involved in a turn 1 incident, and I've got a lot of work ahead of him as well. So was Moon. Apex, we saw have a massive incident there with Musa. Unforced error, and it was just an unsighted victim. Big Kev down at the back, and the Selby team will be hoping to do better than 15th tonight. But at the front, it is the fastest guys on track, and that gap has dropped now. That's almost a second this lap. Mint has been able to catch up, and I say Keaton as well, because Keaton has not let him go. And this is going to be an amazing strategy call. Jono, I think, going for the aggressive early one, trying to get the gap, because I think he might be a little bit, intimidated by the pace and the experience of these two guys here. Coming in to Parabolica they go. And Keaton is not letting go. It's very odd to see him down in 3rd, though, isn't it? Very odd indeed. Coming up to lap number 9. Fastest lap at the moment. Well, Keaton, a 1:43.416. Who would have thought? So he's getting the quick times in there in 3rd position, and he's keeping pace with Mint. I thought Mint sort of missed his braking zone. There was something amiss there, wasn't there? Let's have a look. Keaton. Oh, he ran long. Keaton didn't quite get the car. Oh, that's what happened. He got reset. So that explains that gap that grew. A rare mistake from Keaton there. And he's going to be... Oh, look at this. It has given Hatfield and Viper's Head and Groover the second chance they wanted. They are hungry for that podium. And wouldn't they love to get around Keaton here before the end of this one. They just got to stay with him now. Can't let him get too far ahead. That slipstream is so important. We saw it in the F1s. They were all fighting for the tow. No one wanted to tow everyone. And you can see, even in the Group 3s here, it's going to be quite a big effect. On board with the Z, following behind Hatfield. And Keaton just looks to be a little bit quicker, but his chances now of a top 2 or even winning this one slightly diminished after that mistake. That's all it takes at this level. Just a little error, and it can be all over. Keaton growing that gap. Hatfield, 1:44.229 last lap. So that's almost a second off the quickest time Keaton's done. That time will be different this lap though. Let's see. Look at that slipstream. Look, it's pulling Hatfield in. It's reeling him into Keaton's car. He's not going to get close enough to show a nose before the braking zone of 1. This is a very, very interesting race. Strategy, a big thing here tonight. So Mint has gained a few more tenths on Jono here. So Jono is just flooring it. That pedal down on the firewall. If he could go through it, I'm sure he would. And Mint just using his vast experience here to keep cool, calm and collected. And maybe steal a win before the end of it. We're almost coming up to halfway already. This is amazing. Gone so quickly tonight. So quickly. This is the second pack. This is Pubs in 7th, so he's remained there. And so is Tubby in 8th. Brian and Holderman, they're still battling it out. This has been raging on since the start. And Brian is just edging out Holderman here. Just ever so slightly. But, again, one slight mistake, and it will be game over for Brian here. Holderman will hope, be counting his lucky stars, he can force Brian into a mistake. Just keep that rear vision mirror of Brian filled with the red and black livery of Holderman's Volkswagen. Oh, look at the exit he got out of Ascari. This could be an opportunity up into Parabolica. Brian doesn't, yeah, he's just slightly careening over to the right-hand side to defend it. Holderman tugs the inside tightly. Holderman now right up the clackers of Brian in the exhaust fumes. Oh, look at this. Bump. That's bump drafting 101. So they're actually working together here to catch back up. They're so far behind, so but some bump drafting. Oh, he's actually pushed Brian F a little bit too full on. He has. Not intentional, but I don't think Brian was expecting that extra pace to come into the corner. And look how far back he's dropped now. Just was not expecting the extra pace at all. And yeah, the game resets you sometimes, so that's really hurt him more. He's down there in 10th. Jono, though, still leads. He's actually grown the lead out again. So this is interesting. Jono seems to be quite quick through maybe Sector 2. The last sector here, Mint, might be a little bit quicker and has the advantage. This is going to be one to keep an eye on. Let us know who you think might win as well. Who have you got your money on? Jono or Mint? Or maybe Keaton could come out of nowhere and just pull it out and just win it from 3rd. It's possible. Hatfield, though, under the pump. And Viper Z is not giving up on this one. Groover's still there as well. Excellent racing from these three. Will Viper Z challenge the 4th position of Hatfield? Not before turn 1, though. They turn in. Viper Z staying super tight to the back end of Hatfield's Volkswagen. And that yellow shell Volkswagen will be playing on the mind of Hatfield here as he's trying to stay up with the 3rd pace Keaton, who we know is quick, but at the same time defend any moves Viper Z might be planning. Into the first Lesmo. He's kept that lead here. On board with Groover. He's watching it all unfold in front of him. A little bit wide out of 2 there. And he might fall off the back of this bunch slightly. Now look at this. This is Viper Z up towards Ascari. Gaining on Hatfield. Turning in early to make this set of corners as straight as possible. Oh, the trajectory was not optimal there for Viper Z. And Hatfield gets the run he needs and opens that all-important gap up. Groover, though, wasn't too far off. And I thought Groover might have been able to capitalise. And Viper Z's slight mistake. That was only the smallest of mistakes we saw riding on board. And Groover almost stole 5th spot. He's working hard. Lap 13 now, ladies and gentlemen. Unlucky for some. Let's see what happens. Is it lucky for Groover? It's not going to be so. Not up into 1. Viper Z was also caught the field. There's Pubs in 7th. Just crossing the line right now. Tubby is now getting caught by Holdenman, who's actually left Brian in the dust after a bump draft. Upset his speed coming into the braking of turn 1 a few laps ago. Apex holds 11th right now. And there's Emo. Musa is not too far behind either. So a great little battle forming here. Is he going to go for it? Moves, sees an opportunity, opens up the car. The corner was closing in on him, though, as he had the title line. He had to open it back up again. There's Moon in 14th. Big Kev at the back of the field in 15th, making some small progress here. This is the front. And right now, it is still Jono Stan's race. 1.4 seconds the lead. Mint GTR, though, doing a phenomenal job of keeping pace. He will just be within the slipstream effect. It won't be as big as you see some of those other guys get it that are further back. That's the price you pay. Well, he's the first to react. So Mint, first into the pits. Keaton continues. All right. Let's see what he does here. Soft to softs, it would seem. Taking a lot of fuel. So this will be interesting. Mint had 10% fuel. Jono, I imagine, will come in with almost nothing. So he's leaving with 91. Okay, he should be able to make that. And he will return in 6th spot. So, Jono Stan now has to put in the laps. This is where it matters. Oh, he's almost ruined that. Very, very lucky. That might have lost him some time, and that's going to be very vital. Because I imagine fuel is running super, super low for these two drivers. Jono always likes to stretch things out to the ultimate limit. I imagine he'll come in with, I expect, almost nothing in the tank. There's Viper Z in 3rd. And we've lost Hatfield. So Hatfield made a mistake on that lap previous. Couldn't get my P word out then. Previously. So Hatfield has succumbed to the pressure. There's Mint in 6th. He has pitted, remember, so he's net ahead of everyone. Jono coming around Parabolica. Is he gonna pit? Does he need to pit? Fuel, I think, would be the biggest. No, I don't know how he does it. He's continuing on. Keaton might continue on too. They will. All right, very interesting. Very, very interesting here. So Viper Z's coming. He had 12% fuel left. So Viper Z was obviously doing some fuel saving. Hatfield comes in with 8. So the exact same car here, remember, ladies and gentlemen. The exact same car. Very different situations when they've come in. And I just noticed Viper Z only left with 86, 87% fuel. So did Hatfield. So that's about 3-4% a lap. Trying to do some quick math in my head. It's quite hard when you're on the pump. We'll see what happens. I think Keaton and Jono are going to push it to the ultimate limit. Groove is in 3rd. It's getting a bit lull now as the drivers cycle through their pit stops for the first stint. Pubs has continued on. He's trying to make some leeway into the field here. He will lose that position though, as the cars in front and behind have started to pit. Here is Mint. He needs to keep the laps clean and hopefully doesn't come into traffic that causes him any issues. That will be the biggest risk he's taken here. He hasn't come out quite into a clean bit of track, but they will need to pit, so if he can clear them and not catch them too quickly, but keep the pace high, he should be okay. Tubby there in 7th. He's having a little bit of a quiet race tonight. And there's Hatfield in 8th. Ooh, we can see Brian F out the back there, getting a little bit wide out of Ascari, using all of the track available. Apex is in 10th. Holderman now 11th. Emo 12th. Moon 13th. Moose is back a fair way now. And Big Kev is just coming down as well. All right, this is the leader. And he didn't pit that lap either. He likes to cut that corner quite aggressively. He's got to be careful. If there are protests, he could see himself getting a penalty prior to the end of this one. They all seem to be doing it though, don't they? This is Viper Z in 4th. Pubs is just behind him, so Pubs is more than entitled to go for it. It could just be the camera angle. We get that low angle there. It makes it look like they cut the corner a little bit more aggressively than they actually are. Pubs is trailing Zed here. Quickly through the Lesmos. Navigating that with precision. Well, hopefully you're enjoying tonight's race. And look at this, Jono Stan is actually in the pits. And there he is, 3 and 4% left on those guys. Where is Mint? He's in 6th. He hasn't hit Parabolica yet. He might have lost out here, I'm not sure. Groover continues on. Keaton getting fuel. Jono getting fuel. Jono's out. Oh, is he underfueled it? Maybe not. Keaton, 63. All right, he should be good. He should be good. I can't believe it. Jono Stan will actually come out ahead. I think Mint has lost time overall there. I'm not sure what happened. I thought Mint would be so far ahead. Trying to get pitting early did not seem to work. I'm not sure if he got caught up in traffic. Let's have a look. It's Groover who needs to pit. So Jono will be first. Keaton will be second. I'm fairly sure Viper Zed's pitted. If he has, that's amazing. I don't know how Mint. Surely Viper Z hasn't pitted. I haven't been writing them down. Well, this could be the perfect plan from Jono here tonight. Somehow, Keaton has jumped Mint in the pits. So the early jump has really hurt Matt Simmons. Keaton, though, I told you never disqualify him ever, even though we were wondering where he was, nowhere early on. Well, I didn't expect it to be this much, though. That is a huge amount of time. They might have to do some fuel saving at the end, I don't know. Just trying to think. The fuel limits, 91, maybe Mint overfueled. Well, look at that. Groover timed it perfectly, coming into the pits with absolutely nothing in the tank. So to get to the end of this one, he needs 54. Oh, no way. He's not going to come out ahead of Mint, is he? How did he do that? Mint has lost so many positions. Viper Z... I'm going to have to go back and analyse what happened to Mint. There must have been some slow lap times in there at some point. Look at that, a 1:43.6. Quickest is Keaton, a 1:43.2. That's a quick time. Maybe there was a mistake we missed. Well, I am very surprised there. Jono has kept the lead. He's actually grown it now to just over 3.5 seconds. That is a ginormous lead. Keaton in second, 4 seconds on Groover, who came out ahead of both Viper Z and Mint GTR. So, the overcut working exceptionally well. Viper Z could be under some pressure soon from Mint behind. We'll have to get confirmation of whether Viper has pitted or not. But this is going to come down to the wire here. Monza has turned it on for us. And don't forget, we got the Formula 1 tonight as well. Don't miss that. And if you are a massive eSport fan, especially Gran Turismo Sport, we've got the SFR GT Challenge pre-season event tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Don't miss it. They are back, and we've got more FIA World Finalist racing there. So we've got some talent on show here at Demo 1 Garage. So thanks again, everybody that has joined me tonight. And thanks for your support. And don't forget, if you do enjoy the racing and do enjoy what you're watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. It does help the channel, and I do very, very much appreciate all those that do every single week. And don't forget, my name's Josh, this is Demo 1, and we're live on Twitter. No, we're not live on Twitter, we're live on Twitch, YouTube and Facebook every race. So you can choose your favourite platform. And welcome along to this one. This is the round 6 of RaceOnOz Sunday night Gran Turismo Sport. It's actually a mix of Division 1 and 2 tonight. Thank you, Matt Clifton. Absolute legend for hitting the like button there, buddy. Be like Matt Clifton. And like the stream too, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. All right. Well, Viper Z is holding it well. Hatfield in there, 6. Let's get you a quick update through the field. Most of this backfield is sort of spread out after lap 1. Tubby is chasing down Pubs here. And these guys could be on for a bit of a race before we get to the end, so we'll have to keep an eye on 7th and 8th. And Brian has actually gotten back ahead of Holdenman here. So Holdenman was bump drafting before. Brian F went a little bit long. So Brian's done a really good job to regain 9th. Unless Holdenman readdressed the situation, which he very well could have. Sportsmanship is high in this series. Adam Tuzel has liked the stream. Thanks, buddy. And thank you very much, Adam. There's Apex in 11th. Emo in 12th, running out of Ascari. Musa has moved to 13th now. And again, another battle that will rage on before the end. So another one to keep a close eye on. So's this one. Big Kev has actually made some gains here on Moon. And there could be an overtake before too long. Moon needs to get Parabolica right. Kev keeps the tight line. Runs it wide. This expanding radius corner. A lot trickier to take than you'd think. Kev in the slipstream. Up towards the first chicane here at Monza. Look at the slipstream. I think he's going to run out of room before we get to the first turn. Is he brave on the brakes? He goes into the slot. Finds the space. Has to open up the corner again. And Moon will keep that position. We'll keep an eye on those. Well, Jono. Absolutely aggressive driving, but it's just been the winning strategy at the moment. I don't want to jinx him. I am a commentator. That does happen. But with only 6 to go, surely you'd think he's got this in the bag. Just needs to keep it clean from here. The 96 Red Bull Volkswagen. Looks like he might get a win tonight. Let us know who you think your driver of the day is. And if you want, you can tweet it at Demo1G. Use the hashtag D1G, and your tweet will be featured in the stream. If you are a bit of a Twitter bug, we'd love to have your tweets as well. Groover, well, he's one that's been absolutely amazing tonight. Mint there. Was he pressurised from Viper Z? Was there a bit of an overtake? Let's have a look. There was. Look at this. Mint in 5th. Saw the gap. Viper Z, I don't think he was expecting it. He got a little bit loose into the corner. He actually didn't make the corner. And that was an easy overtake for Mint there. So 4th position it is for him. And now look at this. He's turned the car up to 11. He's now going to catch Groover in no time. So Mint might have been playing the long game that we just were not expecting. Has he been looking after the tyres? Has he been looking after fuel? And has he turned the car up to 11? Let's watch. Up towards Ascari. The gap is only a second. It's not going to be long before I think Mint is now on the back end of Groover's exhaust pipes. Groover needs to get a hustle on here. His position on the podium is under threat. Look at this. Mint absolutely on it. Trajectory on point. Flying through Ascari. And this is going to be one to watch. get a quick update. Was it 8th and 9th? Brian opening up the gap. And there you can see 10th place Tubby. He must have had to enter the pits there, and he's lost a few spots. So Brian and Holderman have gained a spot each. Tubby working hard to get that back. Moose has actually moved up to the 12th, so he's doing all right for himself. Emo's lost that spot. And Kev has gotten around the moon. And Kev is now making some leeway on 12th and 13th. So this race is not over at all by a long shot. These guys have got pride on the line. This is where it's all happening, though. There are only 5 to go. And Keaton is slowly reeling in Jono. But has Jono been aggressive enough? And Groover now. Oh. It is action stations now for Groover. Just notice he's got the old Lando Norris helmet. Have a look on the inside. Should show the helmet. See the Lando Norris logo. I think that's Lando Norris's logo anyway. Do have Formula 1 tonight at Monza. So if you are a fan of that and you do like F1, don't forget to check out the Lights at F1 podcast that I and Aussie do from F101 Esports. We'd love to have you along for the potty. We're on to episode 16. And there will be a new episode out on Wednesday after tonight's race. But this is where the action's at right now. And Mint looks to have the upper hand on Groover. Groover, I don't think, is going to go for the defense. I think he's succumbed to it. The inevitable has happened. And Mint has finally got that spot back that I thought he'd lost. But is it too little too late for a Mint? The gap between him and Keaton is 9 seconds. And Groover is not giving up. I thought he had sort of just let it happen. But he's not one to let it go easily. Oh, they're going to be neck and neck into one. Who is brave? Oh, Groover around the outside. That's beautiful stuff. GTR being told, not today, buddy. Not today. Look at this. This was just wonderful stuff. Groover gave him enough room, and they were just doing... That was just great racing from the both. Gave each other enough respect and room to get the corner made. And Groover got the overtake done, and now Mint, who thought his work had been done for the day, has been told he's got to do some overtime. Here we go. Out of Lesmo 2. He needs to get... Oh, a little bit later on the brakes. That's... Could be a bit... No, he's got some great traction. Thought he was going to go for the bump draft Mint. He might be trying to work on getting Keaton, but I think that's a lost cause at the moment. Up into Ascari. This is going to be dangerous. Oh, they're side by side into Ascari, and Mint has just let him go through. Groover did not give up. Brave as. Oh, I was expecting calamity there, but again, great racing from these two. You couldn't get any better. You couldn't script this. Into a Parabolica. There's nothing between them. Groover. He wants to beat the special guest, Matt Simmons. He could get him. There's not a lot of laps left. 24 or 26. And look at this. He's got the inside line for turn 1. Is Mint going to be beaten again? It could be another lap. He's got to try. It is. Groover gets it. Oh, wonderful stuff. Mint still working hard. Now, I thought early on that Groover had just succumbed to the inevitable. How wrong I was. And how wrong I was. And I'm so glad I was wrong. This is turning out to be an amazing spectacle. And Groover is doing a wonderful job driving out of his skin here. This is going to be a great experience for the both of them. Cameron Bella has liked the stream. Thank you very much, Cameron. And I hope you're liking this race as much as I am, buddy. Oh, Viper Z. Oh, I thought there was a bit of an issue there. Coming out of the first Lesmo. Oh, he did run a bit wide. He was super lucky to get control of that. It was only a wheel off. Nothing more, nothing less. The gap between these first two This is Jono standing Keaton, only 2 seconds. And we're coming up to the penultimate lap. And Groover still has the edge on Mint. I can't take my eyes off this. I can't take my eyes off this. Josh Bright has liked the stream. Thank you very much, Josh. You're a legend. And thank you very much to the guys who do like it. You do help out the stream so much. And the channel as well. I do appreciate the support. Oh, has Mint got it? Has Groover got the edge again? He's going deep on the inside. He knows he needs to defend this one. He's only got this and another lap to go. The penultimate lap has begun. Mint, they're going to be wheel to wheel, pedal to pedal up into one. But Groover once again defiant and does it. Oh, Mint with the outside run. He's going to go wide and that's it. Big mistake. Groover's slowed down too, and Viper Zed's come out of nowhere. Viper Zed could steal this at the death. Absolutely unpredictable. This is what happened. Right on board with Mint. Have a look. They were side by side. Check what happened to Groover. He ran wide. And they touched. And that's why Groover would have readdressed. That's given Viper Zed the chance. Look at this. See you later. Where are we now? Oh, look at that. Viper Zed's in third. Oh, my God. And Groover's fallen off a little bit. He did the right thing, the sportsman thing to do. Oh, he's worked so hard for that. But you never say die in motorsport because Viper Zed from 5th is now fighting for 3rd with one of the fastest guys in Australia, Matt Simmons. Oh, Viper Zed. He just needs to be defiant like Groover was. Groover just needs to be channeling that energy now up towards Viper Zed. Oh, Groover could even steal this at the back. You never know. He could come from 5th and take it. Some amazing overtakes here. Some amazing racing. Mint just can't seem to find the space. Slightly different racing line there. He's tucked right in behind Zed. I'm losing my voice. Here, what is Zed going to do? He needs to think strategically here. This is the final lap of this race. All 26 laps have now exhausted. And this is it. Mint got the inside line. That could be it for Zed. GTR gets it on the inside. And Groover, I thought, might be able to get something on it. He isn't. Zed hasn't given up, though. He hasn't given up. But is that gap going to grow? Has the inevitable finally happened here on the final lap? GTR has worked so hard for that 3rd spot. But Jono has absolutely blown away the field today. The gap, 1.5 seconds on Keaton. One of the fastest guys in this country. Who by all rights should be representing a manufacturer or this flag at one of the FIA finals at some point. He is so quick. But tonight he's been beaten by Jono by an amazing drive. I better shut up because, you know, something could happen here at Parabolica. And there's Mint getting a little... He's growing the gap on Zed, and the inevitable, I think, finally happened. Defiant, as always, but they just weren't able to defend. Just some really quick driving. And Jono Stan will celebrate a win. Flashing the lights, and Jono will get that checkered flag first. Keaton gets second. And then it'll be Mint coming around Parabolica to make it a 1-2-3 for the Red Bulls. Wow, what a race we saw tonight. Absolutely one for the books. One you'll definitely want to watch again and analyse. I don't know what happened to him in the pits. Viper Zed, though, will get 4th. And Groover unluckily comes home 5th, but a very hard-fought race. Hatfield got 6th there. And then Pubs had a bit of a lonely end in 7th. Brian F will come around in 8th. He did well to move a few spots up after a few incidents. Apex has stolen 9th off Holderman. So Holderman has had an issue. Look at this. These guys are racing hard. Can Holderman get him around Parabolica? Oh, I think Holderman's run wide. He has. And he's ultimately given up the position. Oh, he ran wide at Ascari as well, so that didn't help him down the chase. And they will take the checkered flag. Kev, all the way from last to 12th, after so long at the back of the field. Well done to Kev. Monza in 13th. He fought hard for that. Moon, tried as they might. It'll be 14th and a 15th there for Emo as we see all the cars cross the line here tonight. What an absolutely awesome race. There's your winner, Jono. Wow, I'm out of breath. As always, guys, my name is Josh from Demo 1. You can catch a lot of live eSport motor racing here on the channel. If you are new, thanks again for the likes and the new subs as well. If you've done that, you can follow us Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Choose your platform. It's up to you. And I hope everyone's had a really great entertainment tonight, because that was out of this world awesome. And thanks to RaceOnOz for having me. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we will have the SFR GT Challenge pre-season event at Barcelona at 10 a.m. if you want to come along for that one if you can. I'll be calling all the action for them. And we've also got some of the fastest guys in the US and North America racing in that series as well. So we'd like to have you along. Thank you, Cameron, for following us. Alonso liked it. I liked it. But that is all she wrote tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Don't forget, we're on Twitter now at Demo1G. You can tweet all the things you want there, or you can just follow us if you'd like to do that. And as always, race hard and on the edge, and I'll see you guys next video. Good night.